So, pretty good Djinn, like, we haven't had an AoE status recovery. You couldn't tell the Djinn that functioned that purpose in Vanilla Golden Sun kind of got replaced with Wade. Though Filter kind of got nerfed. At first it was just Eddie with synergy healing, but a little balancing later, realizing how quickly that made the Clover Charm null and void, I decided to settle just for an AoE status recovery of a slightly different sorts. Okay, so it's 9:10 and we barely touched the Babi Lighthouse yet, but that was probably going to be the hardest part of Babi Lighthouse, and we could probably just breeze through the rest of it here. Go a little bit longer than I was planning, but I also did get a late start, and I'm kind of feeling in the mood now, when I'll admit, when first starting the stream I was kind of feeling a little bit more iffy. Also, yes, it's Erupticon. Now that as we slowly approach the Venus Lighthouse, we're gonna find more and more new enemies along the way. Like, I kind of glanced over the fact that the Plague Rats here. You might have even noticed the poison theme that they had between the antitoxin that they dropped from that one fight, and I think they at least caused poison to our party members once or twice. And here they go, just going crazy with poison again. Oh, they can inflict venom! Fantastic! I forgot that they were that strong. Shouldn't be too surprised because we are approaching endgame, but still. Oh wow, that gym fight pretty much plagued us of all of our synergy, and I used the Hermes water before the fight. I might do some backtracking off screen to fill that baby back up, because I think we might need it for this dungeon. Oof. Ooh, it's been so long, I kind of forgot that that move was that strong, and did that whole speed dropping thing. Alright. Wow. Even with the ninja garb, that made her the slowest party member of the bunch. Sorry about that. Okay, actually if I just go for rapid, speed boost cancels out speed cut. Like, you can only have like, if you boost your speed, even if your speed is down, you just go to having double speed immediately. You don't go from, like, half speed to normal speed, you go immediately to double speed. Fun little quirks and Golden Sun mechanics. This would be a cool time to use Conceal, but I don't think I have that option. And you know what, I'm not in the White Mage class anymore anyways. Just chasing for safety so I don't have to burn the... Because the problem is if I do fall, I do have easy access to the Revive Synergy, but the Revive Synergy is so expensive, and I'm kind of really feeling hurting with Synergy points as it is. And I'd rather just not worry about that. Alright, this is normal battle, so summons should be more than plenty to take this thing out. I would say maybe we can show off Filter in another battle, but also we only had to deal with poison in this battle, so we wouldn't have really had a good opportunity to flex Filter anyways. Alright, if this Ramsey doesn't take out this God dang monkey! You're a monkey! How are you still standing after basically facing an onslaught from everyone in a single turn? There we go. Okay, should probably spread these revival items out more next time we get into a boss fight, but thankfully, as a Golden Sun player, I know that we don't have to worry about a boss fight for a very long time. I guess we can play around with Bean for a couple more battles, but... Okay, so good old plot summary. They can't open the door, but they saw people go through the door. Are you crazy? This door is sealed shut. No one can go through it. How do we get through the door? maybe our magical powers as adepts can get us through the door. Can I hit the speed up button yet? Wow, the dialogue text cuts out more than I thought, because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to read blah blah blah, reveal the truth, something like that without saying the word reveal. So let's reveal. Oh hey, it's a button. Now, this brings up a little bit of, I guess I would call it a plot hole. That all 30 years. No, Gonza's not 30 years old yet. Getting up there, 20 years. At least 20 plus years. And this is never really explained. How did Cerdos and party get through the magical door that can only be done with reveal? You think because all Shiba's a Jupiter adept, and Jupiter adepts can reveal, that's how they got through. Because they kidnapped Shiba, in case you've forgotten. Kinda hard to tell when all the dialogue is just missing. But no, slight spoilers for those who never played Lost Age. we get to play as Shiba in the Lost Age, and she has to learn reveal in the game itself, therefore she does not have reveal to get through here. I should really look into why that is, because I never bothered to look into how Cerdos' party got through that reveal door thing. They like brute force it down with fire synergy or something? The world may never know. Anyways, I would say new enemies, but I think we saw both of you. Oh, we've probably seen you guys already, but I never took the time to appreciate the name I made for it. Garcicle. Pay attention to how it fights. It fights with ice moves. It drops ice candy. It's the only reason ice candy exists. I wanted to make an item drop for those guys, and the useless ice candy was born. Get it? It's a gargoyle. And it attacks with icicles. It's a Garcicle. That's good. I guess I'm kind of realizing. Also, the stronger the synergy gets, the more expensive it gets. So that's probably one of the many reasons why synergy is getting more used up. Also, the fact that we have more Djinn. At this point, we're getting to the point where we almost have all the Djinns, and a lot of those Djinns also have synergy recovery, so I'm pretty sure that was a factor in playtesting. Like, even Filter here, I think I'll just do it now. Because who knows when the next time we get status is. It doesn't do anything because... It's not going to do anything because we're not, like, synergy sealed, paralyzed, sleep, stuff like that. But it does recover a good chunk of synergy, like... It's slight spoilers, it's not as good of a synergy recovery as, like, the Water Grand Djinn or something, but... Oh, I guess we're gonna have to wait until the next battle. But hey, most powerful cure synergy already. But... I bet you that's because Ivan's in a tri-elemental class, and... Oh yeah. Part of the reason why I'm not too worried about the concept of leaving in the middle of this dungeon, this is actually two different paths, and guess how you get the other path to awaken? You know, Steam Bass is nice and all, but maybe it's about time to equip that. No, yeah, I'm kind of appreciating the gradual synergy. We can wait until another time. I guess this could be the battle I actually took the time to showcase Filter in. Mineral and Filter, it would be cool to actually do them both on the same turn so I can see how they differ. Mineral, I think it's meant to be the best synergy recovery Djinn in the entire game, because that first one of those numbers is fixed. Like, it'll always recover 3, whether it be the beginning of the game or the end, but that second number actually is based on percentage of synergy points and not a set number, so it actually the synergy recovery actually grows as we do, unlike all the other Djinns in the game, including Filter. Granted, Filter recovers a very good, healthy amount of synergy, So even if you're not status by anything, it might be good to spam it every now and then. But I think... I wish I could, like, get Mineral on set to show it off once more, because I think, like, at least on the Adept that is targeting, I think Mineral heals slightly more synergy than Filter. I wouldn't be surprised if it was intentional that Filter still heal more, because granted, it's a Grand Djinn. Before I forget though, yeah. We have to go all the way back to that Venus Lighthouse and talk to the goddess statue again. And the lights will swap to the other side. And it's important because there's two different items and I don't remember if one of them got modified in Dawn of Djinn or not. So... even if... besides, like, I could use any good items I can get, so that alone would justify the second trip through here. But also, because even if I didn't care about that, I don't know if they're new or not, and a good purpose of... I wouldn't say the whole purpose of this playthrough, but a good purpose of this playthrough is to properly show off the Djinn stuff in that. And I should really review the Twitch VODs one of these times, because I don't like how this number always says 30 FPS at most. Granted, I don't think it'll matter too much because I am playing a GBA game, so I'm pretty sure 30 FPS is the normal frame rate anyways, but I don't know if that's normally the settings for Twitch. I'm doing something a little different. For these last 2 or so Dawn of Djinn playthroughs, and I'm actually multi-streaming because I've been enjoying streaming on YouTube a lot lately, but I didn't want to completely alienate the Twitch audience, so I've started doing casual streams in this sort of setup that lets me stream to both platforms at once. Cool. And I think, and I decided, like, why not? I already have everything set up. Why not stream? Why not just stream here and YouTube? Let's worry about the VOD. Though, I have it in the description of the streams, but I should probably say it here. VOD's gonna get caught. What's gonna happen to this VOD once we're all done with the stream tonight is I'm gonna unlist it. And when we actually get to this episode in the Dawn of Djinn playthrough, then I might make the VOD live again. If you're on Twitch though, you can watch that VOD anytime. I'm not gonna do anything to it. The only reason I do anything with it on YouTube is just to reduce confusion, because I already am, like, editing these live streams into a playthrough specifically for YouTube. I don't even remember how I remember this, besides the fact that reveal just gets spammed so much in this dungeon, but yeah. Welcome to Zora's Armor. I can't wait to have... Oh! We must have got this from, like, the Nightmares or something. I completely glanced over it. I didn't realize we even had it. But first, this. Boost attacks, replenish HP. Decent attack boost, especially for armor. And that HP recovery is pretty nice. I think the biggest downside is that only Gary and Isaac can make use out of it. I think I'll have Isaac equipped because it looks like we just have boring, ordinary armor on him. Yeah, plate mail. Get that out. It's not even as much. Yeah, it's a decent boost. Now, Lullaby Ants, I'd love to sneak onto someone. But who? I think we played around with the Tremormints enough as is. I'm a little ashamed to get rid of it so soon because we just got it not too long ago. But that's the way that things work and equipment works in Golden Sun, especially if not RPGs in general. Unleashing spells tied to sleep. This is basically like saying it grants you the sleep synergy, and its unleashed can put enemies to sleep. Speaking of which, I never actually showed off the Storm Staff despite it being stronger. I should do that now before it gets completely outclassed. And probably can like get Cascade back on here. I don't know if we really need it, but if we really need the Star Ring for healing synergy, we can just use it normally. Not too worried about that. Alright, so I gotta remember between recording sessions to go for that other path and just make sure there's nothing to double check what we get for it, splice it into the video, stuff like that. In the meantime though, just doing some typical vanilla Golden Sun puzzling. It's a bit of a shame that not even with Lost Age, where the tools are a lot more advanced, there's not much you can do with this editor. Apparently map editing is a thing in Lost Age in a different editor. I messed around with it a tiny bit, and how the map editing work, if it does work, doesn't make any sense to me, but it would be pretty cool if that's a thing that I could do. Like, there's a lot of fun in these Golden Sun puzzles, but they get kind of basic when you've played the game several dozen times. Alright. On a slight tangent, how do I want to handle this assortment? Mirage Room. Probably don't need Mirage, but since I can just... It's a normal battle and I can just set these Djinns later on, why not as far as I'm concerned. Alright, you should be weak to this. And you are, and it stuns you. Even got a nice little bit of recovery from all that. Also, why am I holding on to these summons? I could... Practically no reason to. I think next battle. Feels a little too late for this battle, but next battle I think I'm going to try using Filter and then using Mineral again, so I can more closely compare and contrast them. At least by doing them in the same turn the previous battle, I can at least check that out in editing. But I'd like to know now. Especially because I can't really skip too much else to talk about until we come across a new enemy anyway. So, being an endgame dungeon and that, enemies are going to be a bit more bulky, take a bit more punishment, and hit a bit harder. Those first 2 points are what I'm really concerned about though, because the battle's going to take a bit longer as a result. Yeah, I just noticed how low Mia's getting. Also, I think I wanted to remember that there was a certain class arrangement I wanted to play around with, but decided not to because we were going right into a boss battle at the time. Maybe I can alleviate that next battle or something. You know what? I've been holding on to this forever. Never gonna actually use it. Let's just bust through it. I have like 3 cookies that I've been hoarding for the same exact reason. At least here, it could save my butt because I had Rapid, I forgot about that, but then without Wish that turn, I didn't really have too many options to heal and be on the safe side. Wow, I mean, with all the auto healing we've been getting though, and the use of Djinns, at this rate, there's not going to be any synergy left to recover to actually compare those skills again. Alright, now that's alleviated. I forgot what I was going to say, but it doesn't matter because here we are. This is the big kicker of the whole no dialogue patch. No. Well, ignore that part. What I meant to do is, like, normally you would mind read these statues to figure out how to actually progress for this puzzle. If I could stop hitting every other button besides the one I want to hit. If I try to mind read them here, it doesn't work. Because you know how that patch kind of suppressed all the mind reads for no apparent reason? It does that with the statue too. And I was thinking, I can't release a mod like this because otherwise you either have to Google, either have it memorized because you're a Golden Sun fan, Google it, or trial and error. None of those are good solutions, so I took advantage of the opportunity to make use of the text changes, and you can still interact with the statues. So to compensate for the lack of mind reading, I did this. Red, blue, purple, green. Like a clock around the sun of gold. You hear this in your mind, as if the statue spoke to you. And they all say that because this is basically the puzzle. It's red, blue, purple, green. Like a clock around the sun of gold. I'll give you guys like 2 seconds to think of what the solution would be on your own, but I've been procrastinating a lot as is, so can't spend too much time pondering over this. Let's just jump to the solution. So sun and gold. They all go around the sun, so I guess it would make sense that the sun would be in the center. Red, blue, purple, green. Like a clock around the sun. This part of the riddle is a bit more vague, but I think that just the concept of around and clock might be enough of a hint that clock doing things in a clockwise pattern might work to our advantage. So let's push the red statue here. For a single frame, they may have been holding hands, and that would have been cute enough to be worth the time waste. I guess it would be time waste if it wasn't for the fact that this is the order we have to do things. You know, I'm not talking anyways, so I don't know. I would just use the speed up button, but using a control stick for a control pad game element was kind of biting me in the butt there for a couple seconds. Alright, then push this up here. That was it. Red, blue, purple, green. Around the gold. There you go.